Welcome to another episode of Locked In. Today's video is going to be a review on the Fly6. The Fly6 is one of the first integrated camera taillights for your bicycle. So in this review, I'm going to be going over what's included in the box, all the features that it offers, installation, and video quality. So let's get started with what's in the box. Obviously, you're going to get your Fly6, a quick start guide on how the Fly6 works and operates, as well as 2 seat post mounts, a full mounting kit with extra straps, an 8GB micro SD card with SD card adapter, which is a really nice touch since most cameras don't come with those, and even an Arrow seat post adapter for anybody running those
super fast frames.
So now let's go into features. First, the light. The light comes with 2 flash modes as well as a solid mode with a dimmer switch on one side so you can actually cycle through different intensity levels. So if you're riding with friends or a group, you can dim it down or brighten it up when you're riding solo. The camera has a 720p resolution, so it is high definition, but it isn't 1080p like a GoPro is or most other action cameras on the market. But this is not an action camera. This is what I would call a safety unit. It's also weather resistant, so it can get wet, so if it's raining on you, you don't have to worry about this thing shorting out or blowing up, because that'd be not great. Now, if you're worried about running out of card space, don't worry, the Fly6 has you covered. It automatically loops the footage every 2 hours. Now, the main benefit to running the Fly6 is if you have an accident while you're riding or commuting to work, it's all captured on video. And if you're worried about accidentally forgetting to save it on your computer, don't worry. The Fly6 has an incident capture feature, which what it does is it locks that hour after that incident happens onto the card permanently, so it'll never delete itself until you physically do it yourself. Now, the Fly6 has a 6-hour battery life, so you don't have to worry about recharging it all the time, especially on the blink mode, and also depending on what brightness you're running it at. And the light is 30 lumens, which is on par with most lights out there. There are only a few in the market that are higher lumen than that. And lastly, a small feature that you wouldn't think that would be important, I actually really liked, is that the light emits a sound once you turn it on, so you know it's on. So let's say you're riding and you forget if your rear light's on, you can actually hold it down and it's audible even at speed to know that the light turns itself on so that you're safe when you're riding, in case you forget when you take off. And also, it only weighs 137 grams for all you weight weenies out there. It is a large light, keep in mind, but the overall weight isn't that bad. Now let's get to the installation. This light is super simple to install on any seat post. Like I mentioned before, it does come with an Arrow seat post mount. Now you only get one of those and you get 2 traditional round mounts. Now it comes with 2 different thicknesses of pad depending on the angle that you need to angle your light. So try both and see what works best. I used the thinner one and that worked on all my bikes, and it set up the proper camera angle. It comes with 2 easy adjustable straps. I've been able to put this on a 27.2, a 30.9, and a 31.6 seat post with no issues, and it's super solid and stable. So now let's get down to the footage. I'm gonna show you 3 different clips. One's gonna be daytime, and as you can see, the color profile is pretty good. You can read everything on the license plates that are coming towards me. And at dawn, similar thing. Obviously people's headlights are on. Sometimes that does skew any important license plates. And here's at nighttime. Now the big thing I was really surprised at is even at night with minimal lighting, you can still see all the cars coming. But most of the footage raw, it was very hard for me to determine any license plates if I were to have some kind of scenario where I was almost hit or was hit. But if the bike was laid down and the car's lights were off, I think it would still pick it up. Now let's compare this to my GoPro. What I did is I mounted both the Fly6 and my GoPro Hero 3 on the back of my bike and ran the same little loop. As you can see, the color on the Fly6 compared to the GoPro is a little more overly saturated in my opinion, which can be fixed in post. And the resolution, obviously being 720 instead of 1080, isn't as crisp, so the detailing isn't as good. Now if you're trying to use this as a rear camera to do video footage, I wouldn't recommend it, but it could be used for some type of video editing if necessary. But as you can see, the GoPro is better as a camera. But as a safety solution for any commuter out there, this is a great insurance plan if something does go wrong, because you have continuous footage at all times. Anytime that the light is on, the video camera is working. So final thoughts, the Fly6 is a great option for any person looking for a rear light that also commutes regularly, because it does give you that added peace of mind that if something happens, you have footage of it. Since it is a larger light, make sure that you do have clearance for it, and the overall dimensions are on the website, which you can see in the link below. Lastly, it is a pricey light at $169, but you have to remember you're getting a camera included in that price. Typical taillights in the 30 lumen range are around the $50 mark, so you are paying a premium for this light. But if you keep in mind that for an extra $100, you're basically getting an extra camera, any 720p camera on the market or something similar in that range would cost you more than $100. So in my opinion, it's still a great deal. So I hope you liked this episode. Please make sure to subscribe, like the new Facebook page and the Instagram below. Make sure to buy some Locked In swag. because that's gonna be super, this is next wave, next level. You want some of this on your body at all times. You can wear it every day. Please just buy one. All the links are in the description, including the website for the Fly6. So thanks for watching the episode of Locked In.
Let's get locked in today. Like tutorials and quick and fix tips. Let's get locked in today. You'll be a pro by the time I'm done with this.
Next, it features an next can't do this one.
Bang bang boom 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 boom.
This is the only time I get to be a star. When Mike's not looking.